Hey everyone, a Nerd Day Mark here, and it's time. We are basically at the halfway point of Kamen Rider Gavv, and I didn't really do this for Gotchard because I stopped watching. But we have to do our ranking of our forms. Now, I'm not gotta go over the rules. I'm only doing the forms themselves. Power ups like punching gummy, kicking gummy, or final attacks where full malo like poofs up, this and that. Not doing those. Only doing forms. I'm also not doing any because I'm looking at the tier maker right now. They have some of these scans and leaks. Not doing those either. I'm only doing what has appeared in the show as of right now. So that's how this is gonna go. Obviously, anytime I've done a tier maker, y'all have had some opinions. Y'all still go back to my Ultraman ranking video, and y'all are so mean about that shit. Listen, my opinion. I'm not sitting here saying objectively facts. I'm just saying my opinion on things. Please give your opinion below on your favorite suits. I like that shit. I read all the comments. I reply to the ones that are replyable to instead of the ones where like, you rank this a C. This is the worst thing ever. I stopped watching. I'm like, okay, like, sure. But that's beside the point. Let's jump in. Let's jump in. I learned from my mistakes from last time. So I'm putting my camera in the top right corner because before I always had it in the bottom left, and uh y'all couldn't like see the stuff on the bottom. So obviously looking at this, you could see there is a good amount of stuff that is not going to be used, especially the bottom three ones at the end, and then there's some scan ones. So we're not going to be doing those. Just main forms only, no weapon related ones, like because there's the Chocodown one for Gavu, but then there's also when he has the white chocolate sword or gun. Sorry, it's still the same form. It just he has he's dual wielding. So we're gonna start off with our main form, our Poppin' Gummy base form for Gavu. I like the suit. I was very, if you've seen any of the Candy Toy stuff and any of my other reviews, I was kind of like, I'm not feeling the suit. It's not bad. I'm gonna put that as a B tier suit, honestly. Just for me personally, I'm like, that's not. It's good. Uh, but I think it's cool in the show, like when the bubbles pop off of it when it's taking damage, and he can put another gummy in there and it regens. But I have to go based on aesthetics, not functionality. um, and yeah, it's a B tier suit. Also, looking at this, I realized in the previous years we've had so many forms. Like the Geats one was just atrocious with all the forms. That's why I didn't do any of the armament buckles. Like, and Gotchard had a lot. Saber had a lot. Revice had a lot. I think this is probably one of the easiest rankings ever because there isn't a lot of suits to introduced. Not a lot of forms. I'm glad. I appreciate that. Going in chronological order. Next up, we have Zaku Chips. I was never really sold on that form, at all. I think it's a good form. It's just, it's cool. It just seems there's something about it that's like lacking for me. Like, I'm gonna give that a C because it's not horrible, right? It's not a horrible suit. It's just, I don't know. I just didn't care for it. Next up, we have Full Malo. We know I love Full Malo. Bulky, punchy. I miss it. It needs to come back. This is Stay Puft Marshmallow Man if he was just hitting the protein shakes, lifting weights. I want it in the show more. I'm torn between A tier and S tier. Mm. Fumalo's S tier. No, because he has weird hands and he doesn't have biceps. I'm marking off points because it's like bulky in the hands and then the shoulders, but there's nothing there. He got no biceps. Okay, he's not doing bicep curls and this and that. But so I'm gonna mark off points. Also the ear things on it are kind of weird, but other than that, I like that form. That's When that form showed up, I was so happy, so excited. Even with the scans, I was like, this is gonna be my form. This one's good. And just like the next one, Chakudan, with the gun, like him being a gunslinger, that is so cool. I like that one a lot. Honestly, this is mm, obviously how they organize these. It's basically all Gavu's form, then Valen's forms, then Brahms. So I just realized that. So it's not really in chronological order of appearance. It's chronological order for each character. This Chakudan form, I like it. I'm gonna put that. Do I like it more than the base form? That's the question. That's how we have to gauge this by. Because it's good. I'm gonna give that an A tier one. Honestly, it's because I like how the helmet goes the little cowboy hat. That is really cool. And like the poncho thing is like melted, looks like melted chocolate. There's something really like smart about the designs with these suits that I appreciate. Obviously, we're not doing the dual wield ones and this and that. Oh, Furukan. I love this one. Big, hard candy, punchy, has a Gatling gun. I didn't think I was going to like this at all. If you go back to when we talked about the scans back before the show and I was doing videos about the toys and this, that. Almost sneezed. Almost sneezed. I wasn't sold on it, but then seeing it in the show, seeing it in motion, seeing how just bulky, like, this is S tier for me. And hypothetically, when he does his power up where the Gatling gun goes on his shoulders, that would also be an S tier, just throwing out there. Next up we have the bushel form, which is like the roll cake, and you know that they did around Christmas time. I don't like this at all, honestly. I don't. It's too There's too much going on. It's not the worst suit. I'm gonna give it an E. It's not, because obviously the show's not over, and I will take a screenshot of this and continue this one before the finale. Um, I just There's a lot going on there. I do like that he got an axe, which is why it's not getting an F, and some of the attacks. But like I said, I have to go based on the aesthetics, and it just seems there's something about it when I look at it. I'm just like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And I don't know what it is. I can't, like, you ever just not like something when you see it and you just can't put your finger on what exactly about this you don't like? That's how this bushel form is. I don't know what it is about it. I just don't like it. The next one they have on there, I believe this is the hyper battle one from like the ramen like candy type thing. I haven't seen it, so I can't really, and like the scans like this and that, so like it hasn't been in the show, so well, it's not gonna be. It's gonna be like a hyper. I think it's a hyper battle DVD or one of the DVDs you get like we mail away from the Telev magazine. So I'm not gonna give my opinion on that in this video. By the follow-up video that I do, I would have probably seen it already, so then I can. But I don't know anything about that form other than actually the images that are right here. So actually, let me switch over. I'm gonna look it up really quick. I'm gonna look it up real quick because I'm curious what it is. In real time, we're researching. Da-na-na-na-na. Gonna go over to the Rider Wiki. It is the shield. Okay, here we go. It is the shield snack. Dude, that looks cool. He's got a what? Actually, you know what? That looks cool. Actually, you know what? I can rank this now. I'm gonna rank this. That one is getting an A for our shield snack form. That is cool. I like that. That's pretty badass. Next up, caking form. Oh, I love caking form so much. I do. Like, and obviously it wasn't until I saw it in the show, like seeing the scans and then the candy toy. I have it in my videos, my previous videos. If you go back and watch, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. It's all right, I guess. Like, but then seeing it in the show and everything else, I love this form. And it's not because there's the word king in it, because we all know anytime the word king is used, everyone online will even tag me, be like, hey, Mark, it's Kamen Rider Blade. You like Blade? I'm like, I get it. Blade is my favorite season. Yeah, it is. Okay. But yeah, this is an S tier. Honestly, like I think it's such a good freaking form. So damn good. And then we even have our whip soldiers. Now, for obviously, do I rank the whip soldier because they're technically forms. It's not just weapons. They have I have to do them. So our base whip soldier, right? Damn. Dude, this guy that always every time he leaves my apartment, he freaking revs his car so damn loud. And I'm like, sir, we get it. You have no balls. Like, damn. So the base whip form I like a lot. But I'm gonna give it a B tier because I'm talking about the other forms, and the Zaku whip soldier looks weird to me, so I'm gonna put that as a D tier. We're just blowing through the whip soldiers because I want to get into main forms, and then our Chakodon whip soldier. Honestly, I actually like that one, so I'm gonna put that one as a B tier because I think it's kind of cool that they got like the little chocolate on the arms, but then they just sit there. He just pulls it out and he's just like, and I'm like, I like that a lot. um, and then lastly, what just debuted last week, or well, last week because this week, our newest form, our Blizzard Sorbet. Is it okay? Really quick, I have to ask a question because this is important. This is important. So I say sorbet because that's how it's spelled, even in America. Like I call it sorbet. Someone said it's sherbet. What the hell is sherbet? I thought it's sorbet. Like, I don't know if it's a Northeast thing because I now live in Southern California, but I'm from the Northeast. Like, I don't, I don't, I don't know what is, is it sorbet or is it sherbet? Because I've never, I think I've heard the word sherbet like once or twice my whole entire life. So I don't know. I'm confused by like everyone enunciates things different. Like when I go to down south, people are like, oh, I'm gonna get some pop, and I'm like, cool, soda. Like, or like going to a package store in the Northeast is where you would go to buy alcohol, but that's not a thing. We'd be like, oh, you got to get a packy run, and that's the package store to go get alcohol. Whereas everywhere else, they're just like, oh yeah, we just go to a liquor store. So it's different dialects, different regions. But like, I'm curious about this whole sorbet sherbet thing because I've never heard the word sherbet like used consistently. Sorry. So the Blizzard sorbet. I was very adamant in the scans. I did not like this suit at all, which is becoming a trend of this video. But this form is, pun intended, so damn cold. This is an S tier form for me. The teal, you put a good teal in a form, I'm gonna love it. Same with purple. I like purple with like a silver or black, but I do not mind how this is set up. This is good. I like this one a lot, honestly. Like it's mm, mm, mm. All right, so now I'm gonna pause for a minute. Gonna take a little. How are we feeling about our Gavu tier rankings? Because we got Brucan, Caking, Blizzard Sorbet in S tier. We got Fuamalo, Chakodon, and our cool snack shield in A tier. Then we have Baze Poppin' Gummy, our Whip Soldier, and then our Chakodon Whip Soldier in B. We have Zaku Chips in C. We have Zaku Chips Whip Soldier in D. And then we have our Bursal form in E. That is our ranking so far for Gavu. How are we feeling about that? Let me know in the comments below. What's your S tier Gavu form out of all the forms? Just one. Give me one. Just what is your one S tier Gavu form? And now we jump into Valen. So we have Valen's base form. I like it. It's simple. It's cool. I like the henshin, but that's not besides the point. I'm going to say, from a base standpoint, I'm gonna give Valen an A. I like the suit. It's good. It's cool. I like the henshin device. I like the helmet a lot. But when I get to his more recent form, the chocolate one, I'll explain because it'll give it away. So when I get the chocolate, I'll answer some questions on that. Next, we have the donut form. This thing's ridiculous, but it's cool. I like it. It's neat. The only thing I don't like about it is I don't like the helmet. And I don't know, because the helmet's a big deal when it comes to a suit, right? So I'm like not sure how much I decrease the rank because I don't like the helmet. I do like the shoulders though. I'm gonna put his donut form in B tier. I'm not gonna mark it off that much because I was like, man, if the helmet was just, if something about the helmet was different, right? This could be an A tier or even an S tier, but I don't like the helmet. Next up, we have Valen's bushel form. Unlike Gavu's bushel form, I actually like this version of the form for him. This one is a C for me. I think it's mainly the chest and shoulders don't seem so like perforated as much as it does on Gavu. I don't know, and like the helmet isn't as like it's more like I know the sound effects really add a description to it. Honestly, I have a way with words. Honestly, it's a gift and a curse. I'm a wordsmith. What can I say? But yeah, that's a C tier. It's still not better than the donut one. It's still not better than base form. But the chocolate form. Okay, it wasn't sold on me at first, right? But especially in the episode, I have my reaction up on YouTube in a YouTube short. I also talked about in the review. I wasn't sold on it at first, right? But after reflecting and while I was editing my video, I realized it added what was missing from the base form. The white squares on the chest and the helmet are just so boring and plain that I like this form because it adds stuff to those and it makes it look better. And honestly, I'm gonna kick myself for this. I'm probably gonna get some heat for it. I'm putting that in S tier. I like it like that. I like the like just I don't like the way his the alternating chocolate and white chocolate. There should have been something on the white chocolate pieces. It makes it look better. It's an improvement for sure. And there's some other little changes things in the torso area, but like that's in the helmet. Like I like this form. It's an S tier form for me. Like I hope that like it's just good. It's just good. And I didn't realize how little forms Valen actually had because that's it. Like where he has other forms. Obviously, you could see there's a scan right here for another form, but like I said before, those are magazine scans for and slash leaks. Not gonna count those for right now. Like I said, when I do the second one, when towards the end of the show, mainly right before the last episode is usually when or after the last episode is when I record it. But yeah. All right, now we're on to Vram. He has two forms. He has the pudding and the jello. The pudding form, his base form. I was very adamant I didn't like it. I like the helmet though, and the suit has grown on me a lot, and I was really harsh on it at first, but I'm gonna say that I'm gonna give Ron's base form. It has grown on me because I would say a B, but I feel like it's an A. Yeah, I'm gonna give it an A just because it has grown on me and I've come to like it a lot more the more I've seen it. I do like cool how like the vest made with like the pudding around the side. The helmet is like it's one of my favorite helmets in this show right now. It's easily in my top 3 helmets. I would say that helmet, the chocolate one for Valen, and then the Blizzard and Blizzard Sorbet. Those are like my top 3 helmets so far in the show. But yeah, it's really good. Now the Jello, the pink form is nothing against the color of that. The helmet is weird. I don't like the shoulders. Like, I don't like this form at all, and that's a D tier for me. Like, I just don't like it. It's just now from a in show standpoint, the action and fighting, great. I love it. Going invisible, all this other stuff, cool. But aesthetically, don't like this form at all. I don't. But it's not as bad as Gavu's bushel form, because that form is just atrocious. So I don't. I honestly, I don't think anything's getting lower than that form. And then lastly, we have our bitter Gavu form. I don't know what to say about this, because it's not a bad form technically. I don't like it. I don't like the helmet like design. I don't like. I get the color scheme. The only thing I like about this is the driver being like that black and purple. That's the only thing I like about this one. But at the same time, it's not horrible. And objectively speaking, on my opinion, anyways, I would put that in. Is it as bad as Brahms' Jello form? That's the question. Yeah, I don't like it. It's going there. And like I liked it at first, but like the more I've seen it, the more I'm just like, do I like the form, or do I just like the fight sequences, how they were going? And I like the fight sequences, and I like the driver. And I'm trying to think, do I bump it up to C just because I like the driver? That's a good question. No, that's it. That's how I'm gonna do it. Boom. And then we have our scans for other ones that are coming up in leaks. Those are not in the show yet. They're not going to be on here. Once they are, like I said, I don't do, like, the only time I've done rankings in parts of 3 was when there was too many, like Saber or Geats. There was just too many forms constantly. Whereas right now with how God was going, this is going to be part 1. Part 2 will be when the show's over. So some of these forms that are scans and leaks, those will appear in the second part. But let's do the final rundown. In S tier, we have Gavu Verucan form, Caking form, and Blizzard Sorbet. And then we have Valen's Chocold form. In A tier, we have Gavu's Fuamalo, Chocodon, Snack Shield in there, as well as Valen's base form and Vrom's base form. Or, well, pudding. And then for B tier, we have Gavu's Punching Gummy. We have the regular base Whip Soldier, the Chocodon Whip Soldier, and then we have Valen's Donut form. In C tier, we have Gavu's Zaku Zaku Chips and Valen's Bushel form. In D tier, we have Zaku Zaku Chips Whip Soldier. We have Rom's Jello form, and then we have Bitter Gavu. And then in E tier, where it's much deserved, we have Gavu's Bushel form. Yeah, that's that. Let me know in the comments below what you think, what your rankings would be. I always have fun doing rankings. I love doing ranking videos for forms. On shows, not as much, because y'all got too opinionated, and y'all cannot act like mature adults in the comments when it comes to me ranking shows. I'm just saying, no hate. I'm just saying, go check out my Ultraman comments. I was getting hate for shows I literally said I didn't watch, so I can't give an opinion. And I was getting hate for that. And I was like, wow, I didn't even give my opinion. All right. But I really enjoy this. Like, man, I'm realizing there really weren't that many forums. And we're like, what, going into episode 25? This is pretty interesting. Like, especially with the amount of Gochizos that have been released, like cookies and this and that. So I'm wondering, like, when are we going to get some more forums, you know? But I don't want it to be full of forms either. I like the way the show is balancing their forms out. So, yeah. But let me know in the comments below. Like I said, let me know what at least 1 or 2 of your S tier suits for this show, because I'm really curious about that. And also, what is the worst that you would think? Like I said, Gavu's Bushel form for me is like the worst suit I've seen on the show. So I'm curious to see what everyone else thinks about that. If you haven't already, though, hit that subscribe button and like the video. I thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one.